I did it! Oh my goodness! I lost 22 kilograms. Whoa. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to find out more about Dr. Cohen's diet, I've included the link to his website in the description box below, and I've also included a link to my blog where you can read a bit more about the diet. This is a big deal. This is a big deal, and you know why it's a big deal? Because I've been struggling to lose weight all my life, okay? All of it. So some of you guys know that I was off vegan attempts for the past 5.5 months. And the reason why I wasn't posting on vegan attempts is because I was actually on a strict weight loss diet. Today I'm going to tell you all about the diet that helped me lose 22 kilograms. First though, please subscribe to my channel, and also please follow me on Instagram at vegan_attempts. Please don't mind the changing lighting. It's because the clouds keep hiding the sun and then exposing it, so the lighting keeps changing. The diet that helped me lose 22 kilos is called Dr. Cohen's My First Personal Diet, and today I am going to tell you a little bit about what the diet entails, as well as my experience while on the diet. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not Dr. Cohen's representative. I do not work for Dr. Cohen. This video is not sponsored by Dr. Cohen. If you want to find out more specific details about the diet, please go onto Dr. Cohen's website, which I will link in the description box below. Dr. Cohen's First Personal Diet is designed to help people lose body fat without losing muscle. It has thousands of success stories which you can check out online. The diet is based on Dr. Cohen's research, which he did about 30 years ago. The research isolated hormones that are involved in obesity and concluded that obesity is a metabolic problem that is caused by hormonal imbalance. And so what the diet does is it works on your hormones, particularly the human growth hormone, insulin, and serotonin. And it basically heals hormonal imbalance using food as medicine. And it does this by setting a personal diet for you, giving you foods that will trigger the correct hormonal balance in order to treat being overweight or being obese. The diet is called My First Personal Diet because once you sign up into the program, then you get a personalized diet, which basically indicates the quantities of food that you are supposed to eat in order to trigger the correct hormonal balance. To sign up to the program, you basically need to find out if Dr. Cohen has a clinic in your area. This is important because he does not actually have clinics all over South Africa. And once you find that out, then you need to find out on the website who to contact, because throughout the program you do not actually liaise with Dr. Cohen. You don't even meet him. You work with one of his assistants. And so what happens is that you contact his assistant, and then his assistant will give you further details about the diet, as well as payment options. And this is important. The diet is not free. It costs, I think for me, when I did the diet in January, it cost 3,500 rands. No, it cost 3,900 rands. And so I don't know if the price has gone up, but you might want to just check that out. Before starting the diet, you are required to do blood tests, and you also pay for those blood tests yourself. But if you're on medical aid, then obviously medical aid does cover it. So you go for blood tests, and then those the results from the blood tests are then sent to Dr. Cohen, and then he develops a meal plan specifically for you. You also have to do blood tests once every month after the first set of tests. And the reason for that is that Dr. Cohen uses the results from those blood tests to set a stabilization diet, which you do once you've completed the main diet, in order to help your body not overreact once you start eating normal food again. And I think that for me was really the deal breaker with this diet. It's the fact that it includes a stabilization diet, because how many of us have those stories where you go on a diet for a couple of weeks or months or whatever, and then as soon as you stop the diet, you regain all the weight. And so the diet is set up in such a way that at the end of the main diet, you then have to go in stabilization, which includes basically the reintroduction of prohibited foods back into your system without having your body overreact. While on the diet, you also have to meet with Dr. Cohen's assistant, I think at least once a month, so that you can get weighed. But in my experience, that was quite optional. It depends. You can make an arrangement with your particular assistant in your region. The diet itself basically gives you 3 meal options every day. Each meal option includes 4 meal alternatives, which you can choose from. It is a strict diet, and so you are not allowed to deviate from the diet at all. You are not even allowed to cheat while on the diet. Yeah, it's rough. So insofar as my experience on the diet, look, I'm not even going to lie to you. The first 3 months were hard. I mean, when I went to see Dr. Cohen's assistant, she was like, oh, the first 2 weeks were going to be hard. No. For me, it went on for a whole 3 months. I was straight up struggling for 3 months. I was feeling hungry. I was hangry, okay? But then that passes, and after the 3 months, honestly, I can say I started to feel really good. Because the diet works on your hormones, I felt generally a lot more hormonally balanced, if there's such a thing. I also had reduced irritable bowel syndrome symptoms. I definitely felt that the hormonal balance also resulted in my sleep, the quality of my sleep improving. I slept through the night. I was the kind of person who used to wake up 3 or 4 times during the night, or I used to wake up really early. But during the diet, I found that I actually could sleep through the night, and the quality of my sleep was really good. I also experienced reduced cravings. I honestly can say, and I mean, you know, based on the video I did before about the reasons why I was eating for the wrong reasons. I used to get a lot of cravings, and while I was on the diet, I stopped getting cravings, and I basically just starting having a healthier relationship with food. And I'm going to do more videos about that in the future. I also just no longer felt as anxious as I used to, so my anxiety levels dropped. And that was very interesting. I used to really wake up in the mornings feeling anxious, but I never understood why. But after being on Dr. Cohen's diet for a couple of months, I found that I could actually just wake up in the morning not feeling anxious, and generally just wasn't feeling anxious throughout the day. And there were certainly many days where I felt extremely happy because of the serotonin. Another major advantage of being on the diet is that your sense of self-discipline is really enhanced. This is something that I've become very proud of, that I managed to stick to this diet for the duration of time that I did, because it was hard. And so I'm really grateful that I did it, and I feel a lot more empowered. I feel like my sense of self-discipline has radically increased, and I really want to do more videos just discussing how to develop a sense of self-discipline around food, because that has actually been one of the biggest lessons of my life and something that I take great pride in. The main disadvantages I experienced on the diet were, first and foremost, that it's not plant-based. Now, this was a huge sacrifice for me because, as you know, I run a food page in which I post vegan food. And before being on the diet, I actually used to eat mainly vegan, even though I'm not 100% vegan, which I do indicate on my page, but a lot of people still miss that for some reason. So for me, the fact that the diet wasn't vegan was a really huge adjustment. I hadn't cooked meat in like 4 years. I actually really hate cooking meat. So the first couple of weeks were really difficult. Also, I couldn't post on Vegan Attempts anymore, which, you know, was very difficult for me because Vegan Attempts is a personal sort of creative outlet, and it's my way of distressing. Another disadvantage I experienced was I was constipated, and it was really unpleasant. I did get hungry a lot. And then finally, I would say the last disadvantage is the fact that I had to cook so much. I enjoy cooking, but on weekends. But on this diet, I had to cook every day, which was just really not cool. Right, so that's all I have for you guys today. I will do more videos regarding this diet. If you guys have specific questions, please do post them either in the comment section here on YouTube, or inbox me on Instagram. I already got some messages from people asking me about the diet. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to find out more about Dr. Cohen's diet, I've included the link to his website in the description box below. And I've also included a link to my blog where you can read a bit more about the diet. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you next time.